people are participating and the regulator needs visibility into that ecosystem, I would think that they would be, have visibility into that for auditability and all the other reasons that you would need that. You probably have somebody like an RIA or a broker dealer or somebody else administering that ecosystem, underwriting the risk, understanding what's going on, trying to make sure that there aren't bad actors. And if there are, they can get the regulator involved, that type of stuff. So I think that there's going to be, again, 3 to 5 parties involved in a lot of these DeFi ecosystems. And that's really kind of how I think it probably should be run. But as of it today, you have normally a centralized third party that's issuing the loan. So there's not anybody underwriting the risk. There's, a code that's been developed, and there's, somebody making money off of it on the back end. And if you don't get it really any kind of grace period, that's why we work with people that, do a tri-party agreement with us and Digital Wealth Partners to be able to get a loan against your XRP or your Bitcoin or your ETH or your Solana, whatever you want to post as collateral. We have good partners that can generate RLUSD or USDC or, whatever you want, or cash if you want it wired to your bank account. All those things are good, right? But if there's a huge liquidation in the market, like we've seen over the past little while here, we did unfortunately have a couple of people that couldn't meet the capital calls in this last liquidation, but on 10/10, when it rebounded very quickly, we had no issues, whereas a lot of other people that were leveraged immediately got liquidated. There's no grace period if you're just participating in a DeFi protocol without these additional benefits, right? And I think people want both. I think people want some grace. You still want, insurance. You still want the assurances that you're going to get from TradFi, but at the same time, you want the efficiencies and the benefits that you're going to get from DeFi. And I think that the legislation will get there, but I think it's going to take a while. I think they're going to have to strip that piece out of the Clarity Act and just, kind of define what are commodities, what are currencies, what are securities. Is there a safe harbor period for something to go from a securities offering over to a commodity? How decentralized does the network need to be if that's the parameter at all? I mean, Brad Garlinghouse has talked about that really doesn't make sense as the parameter. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm just, looking at things and, talking about what I think. I like XRP. I invest in XRP. We built our business around that for the majority of it. We're launching a Bitcoin product. I'm going to be speaking at Bitcoin Las Vegas this year. We work with Fidelity to be able to launch that and democratize access to it. We're going to continue to bring, innovative products to market.